Hey everybody, Edo here, and the good folks at IELLO have sent me 8-Bit Box, the first generation board game console. This is like an interesting hodgepodge of different classic retro gaming things. You got NES looking games, Super NES looking games, you got controllers that feel like they're from different, like lots of different things going on, Atari games in here. But basically the concept is, hey, let's give the players some basic components and then build modular games on top of it, right? So you open the box, and there's the product design here, both in terms of the look and the feel and the concept as well as the execution, is outstanding. Absolutely. You open up this thing, sort of like a shoebox in a way, but you open this up, and inside it you have your console. Let me take one of these things out for your console here, which has your controllers for the different players, and then inside it has all the bits that you use in the different games. So you're gonna each player's gonna get one of these, and basically these come with 3 key pieces of information: a number setting, a directional setting, and then just some different symbols so you can use colors and symbols. And basically designers went in and made their own game around this stuff. And a lot of it's sort of you make your choice and then you reveal and everyone sees what's going on. It's that kind of, those types of games. And then again, during setup, each game will call for different bits that you acquire from the main little set here of stuff. Now, with those games, you'll see that there are actually 4 boxes in here in this base box, but the top is like an advertisement, so the top doesn't count. It's 3 games in here and then room for a 4th, I guess. And you've got Pixoid, Outspeed, and Stadium. So one of the neat things is these very classic game boxes. Again, the product design is fantastic, but they all have lots of components in here. Like this has this Pac-Man-like board, and then you have an exterior scoring track that modularly goes around it. Some components, so just really nice components in the different games. In Pixoid, in the racing game, the F-Zero game, you have track and actually these little 3D cars you can build out of cardboard. So even though it comes with the main components, all the paper and cardboard stuff is really nice in here. This is pretty good quality. Not amazing, but good. But then you can also have your little 3D car. It's very smart and very well done. If it was just a product, it would be outstanding. But right, it's a product and a game. My biggest issue here is, in some ways, I feel like when I look at this and I think about it, I'm going to get something that's easy to pick up and play, right? You feel like video games, you don't feel like you're going to get bogged down learning a bunch of stuff. You're going to drop everything down and everyone's going to get into it. Pixoid does that. Pixoid's hey, you're all playing Pac-Man. On your turn, everyone picks a direction and goes, and 3 players are the ghosts and the other player is Pac-Man, and the 3 players are chasing one and you take turns. You can explain it quickly, it moves quickly, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's basic, you're just all moving and trying to chase each other and get the power cubes, right? That one works. It's when you step to the others that it's super tense. And I get what they're trying to do. In the F-Zero game, you're setting up the map and progress and all the rules and how you're gonna move, and there's a lot to learn. In Stadium, they're hey, we're going to recreate every, track and field game, and it's a betting wagering game, but we're going to, have unique rules for each one, and you're going to, flip them over. I have a rule book for each one and a basic rule book. The love and the passion that went into making this is outstanding, and I think if you really love track and field too and wanted to play it again, in a way, this delivers. But it's just a weird audience, right? This is a game, it's hey, I'm gonna play this with my kids. They see the controllers and want to think of it fast, and then it's oh, it's it's dense, and there's a lot of figuring things out and rereading it and just dense rules. And so, I don't know. It's got potential. I guess like a console, you're going to want to see what games they're going to bring out. I just don't know if any one of these games would be games that I like Pixoid. The other ones are just denser. like if any of them, it's that balance between trying to be nostalgic of these old games and actually thinking about like what the play experience is with this giant box and what you're expecting to do. You know, and there's room for one more game in here, but maybe they're going to make more. I don't know. I also don't know how expensive this was. As again, IELLO sent it to me, but I gotta imagine it's at least $40. If not, maybe more. I think, you know, you might be disappointed with some lukewarm experiences, right? It's super cool. I think if you hit that nostalgia factor, it's cool. I think if you don't mind a certain density to like figuring out and learning how to play the games, it'll deliver that. But don't think of it as like drop the cartridge in and play, which isn't exactly fair, but they are trying to clearly refer to a console. So it's really a cool and interesting product. I'm glad to have checked it out. I highly recommend you check it out if you ever see it, because there's a lot of cool, really interesting, smart design and personality in here. I just think like it doesn't meet the like sort of what I'd want the game experience to be within the experience, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so this is 8-bit box with a bunch of games. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.